Welcome everyone. This is Mundan Raghavan. This video we are going to see what are the different sections that are available inside your .robot file. In order to start our automation, so we will be having the .robot file. Inside .robot file, in previous video we have seen the test cases section. However, we have some other sections as well that we are going to discuss in this video. So when we have the robot file, you can just make the sections for settings, variables, test cases, keywords. Any .robot file may contain all of these sections or any one of the section or any combination. So that means that it's not mandatory that all the sections should be available inside the robot file. So even you can have only the variable section inside one .robot file, or you can have only the keywords section inside a .robot file. So as part of this demo, we are going to see all the sections in a single .robot file. Let's create the project. Already we have created the project. So just go to new and click on new file, and you will be creating the .robot file. Here you can see .robot file has been created. As we have installed all the plugins, so we can just type the settings and we can type the test cases and we can type the variable sections. And we will be just having the keyword section as well. So what are those settings? So in generally settings will be the part where you will mention the libraries and the documentation and the metadata about your robot file. In simple, you will not be writing all the code by yourself. There might be a chance that the other developer has developed something, you are going to use that, or you might be using the already built-in libraries from the robot framework itself. So in simple, you will be mentioning the list of libraries here and the documentation about this class, or let's say this .robot file, and you will be mentioning some metadata about if required. And test cases, obviously, you will be writing all the test cases, or let's say the different flows. In case of robot framework with automation point of view, you will be, or let's say testing point of view, you will be using the test cases. Whereas in RPA, you will be having another section called task. So when we go with, let's say RPA, we will think about, or we will just work on the task section as well. As of now, we will consider only the settings, test cases, variables, and keywords. Now, let's say in test cases, you will be having the test case name and you will be having the set of steps. The steps may contain the keywords of the built-in functions or built-in keywords, or you can use your own keywords. Let's say if you are going to use your own keywords, even you can create your own keywords under the section called keywords. And variables. Obviously, let's say if you're going to repeat some value again and again in the different test cases or the different areas, then you will create the variables and you will be using that one. So it will be very easy to handle the variables rather than updating every place for the given value. It's a general concept about any programming, or let's say any macro level information, right? So these are the different settings that we have discussed. For that, we will see one example here. Here you can see the settings. So under the settings, you can just type the documentation. You will be having the predefined keyword documentation. After that, space or tab, then you will be mentioning the documentation about your .robot file. And library, we are just getting the dialogues library here. So in case of library, that is a very major part, because when you choose your automation area, then based on that, you will be choosing the library. So for that, we will just switch to the robot framework. Here you can see inside the same robotframework.org, under the resources, you can go here, libraries. Here you can see the lot of libraries. Based on our need, we will select as we discussed in the previous video. For example, mobile testing, you will be choosing the APM, whereas web testing, you will be choosing the Selenium library. Like that, based on our scenario, we will be testing the different libraries. And one more thing, there are built-in libraries are available from the robot framework itself. For example, here you can see the daytime dialogues and operating system and process related things, and some more things like a screenshot, getting the screenshot, or telnet for the networking, and let's say other things, XML related things, right? So even you can use the built-in libraries, but any cost, you need to mention which library you are going to use it. For that only we have the settings section. Then we have the tools. Already we have the PyCharm with the plugin, but however, you can find variety of tools just to work with the robot framework. For example, here you can see the default one from the robot framework itself called RIDE, Robot Framework IDE. And we will be having the different plugins for the different IDE. Okay, with that, we will just jump to the again the PyCharm. Here you can see the documentation part, and you will be seeing the library space, and you will be having the library name. So this is all about the settings. Next one will be the variables. So as of now, it's only for the demo purpose. We will just create one variable, but the syntax of creating the variable is a little bit different here. Dollar symbol followed by the braces. Inside the braces, you will be mentioning the variable name, and then space or tab followed by the value for the given variable. Here, note that you are not using any single quotes or double quotes. It will be directly the values, just like how you write in your notepad or let's say Word document. And next one, test cases. As we seen in the previous video itself, we have created the first test case, but again, we can see here, you can give any name, because some frameworks will allow you can create the test case only with the prefix of test or suffix of test or some terminologies or some convention. Here, there is no convention, something like that. So why? Because it will be like a user, let's say user acceptance testing, right? So you might write anything. So that's the reason here you can write anything. But however, as per the Python standard, or let's say as per the robot file standard, the steps will be given with the prefix of tab. As you see here, first robot is my test case name. And after that, I'm going to write the different steps, which may contain my own keywords or it may contain the built-in keywords. But however, these steps will be having some tab or spaces when compared to the test name. And here you can see log to console is the built-in keyword. And after that, we are giving the value that has to be printed inside your console. So rather than hard coding here, we are giving the variable name. And the variable was mentioned in the variable section. Here the catch is, when you define the variable, you will be having the same format. When you use the variable, you will be having the same format, like dollar braces and the variable name followed by the closing braces. Okay, fine. So here log to console is the built-in keyword that we have used. And next one will be the multi-login. But if you note it here, multi-login is not the built-in keyword. It is our own keyword. But if you type your own keyword, there should be some implementation, right? So for that, here we have the set of steps here. For example, here you can see as the naming convention. By seeing this one, you can clearly understand it is the variable, and I am giving the variable value by using another keyword called get value from user. Now you might wonder, this is the keyword, but what it does actually. So actually this is from the dialogues library. And if you go to the dialogues library, even you can go to here and just click on the built-in, and here you can see this is the dialogues. And if you open in another tab, here you can see what it will do. So if you go to the very top, you can see this is the just a library to provide a dialogue between the users and the system, right? So here we have used the keyword called get value from user, and you can see the example here itself. So you will be mentioning the keyword, and you will be having the variable name, and you will be having the prompt content, or let's say prompting message to the user. Then the user will be giving the input. So if user does not give the value, you can mention the default value. And sometimes if you are getting some critical data or sensitive data like password, you can mention hidden is equal to yes, so that whatever the user types in the prompt, that will be just given with the ASCII characters. So just for demo purpose, I just took this library, so that what I'm going to do here is like I will be getting the value from the user by asking the username and password. In case of username was not given, then I will be using the default value as the test user. And when user types the password, I will be just hiding as a ASCII character or masking character. Then here you can see log to console again. I am having the built-in keyword, and I am just printing the value of username and password, and I'm just making a dummy code. Just like I'm getting the username and password, I am logging to the different application by using the same credentials. For example, I'm getting the Gmail, and I'm using the same Gmail credentials to log into the Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, as you know, the SSO concept. Now, it's clear that we can create our own keyword. The own keyword may have the different steps also. In the steps, again, you may use your own keywords or built-in keywords. For example, here we have used every keyword from the built-in, right? Okay, fine. So rather than typing all this code, let's say if you feel like this multi-login will be used in the different locations, then you will club all the statement as a single keyword. And whenever you want to do all these actions, you will be just mentioning the multi-login as a single statement inside your test case. So here, as you see here, the every functionality will be wrapped under the business terminology so that anyone can write if they understand the domain knowledge about the specific area. It can be a banking, it can be retail, or it can be other sectors as well. So by using this one, now we have understood. So settings, it's for the documentation, and the libraries to import, and variables is the sections. Rather than updating each and every place in the test cases, we will be mentioning the variables in the test cases. In different places, we will be using the variable name. And variable will start with the dollar, followed by the braces, and you will be having the variable name and closed by the brace. And whenever you mention the values, there is nothing like a double quotes or single quotes. Directly, you will type like a normal value. And in test cases, we will be having the test case name followed by the different steps, but steps will be having the prefix of tab or say space character. In keywords, you can mention your own keywords with a lot of steps. That steps may again contain the built-in keywords, or it can be the again the user-defined keywords as well. So in simple, we have seen all the sections such as like settings, variables, test cases, and keywords. Now let's execute this one and see how it goes. So here you can see the default value has been given as a test user. I'm just changing to welcome, and I'm giving the password as test. But however, if when we type, we can see only the masking characters. And as per the output for the dummy implementation, here you can see. So it starts with how you have executed the command line, the command also, and after that the robot file name, or the let's say the project name. And in that project, you have the hello is the file. Here you can see the file name is hello.robot, followed by the documentation about that robot file. So hello.robot file will have the documentation about this robot, explains the different sections of the robot file. We have the same just text here. And after that, when you go to the test cases, we have the different test cases. But actually here we have mentioned only one test case, right? We may have different test cases. So for example, here I am mentioning the only one test case. So first robot is the test case name. And after that, it is printing the console message. And after that, we will be just having the keyword called multi-login, and it will check in the current file. So multi-login is available. So multi-login will have the different steps. The first step would be getting the value from the user. So that's what we have given the username and the password. Then after we are printing the username and password, which is nothing but welcome and the test. And we are just having the same print statements by using the existing variable. So we are seeing the output here, and status is pause. So this way we can have the entire control from ours. And one more thing is, even you can use the entire keyword section as a separate .robot file. You can import that. The same way you can have only the test cases inside a .robot file. That will be the separate architecture. And let's say you will be having only variables. For example, if you are going for the Selenium automation, you will be having all the locators in the separate variable sections, and that file specifically will have only variable sections. So the modularity you can achieve by using the different robot files by using the different sections. So in coming video, we will understand how to use the existing keywords in our file, or how to use the existing library or existing Python files or Java files in our .robot file. So this is all about very basic on the sections inside your .robot file. So thanks for watching and have a great day.